You know that person who laughs at absolutely everything? The one who finds humor in situations that would send most people into a spiral. Yeah, they've probably been through some stuff. And not the cute kind. Not, high school was awkward, stuff. I'm talking about experiences that quietly rewired how their brain works. Someone cuts them off in traffic. Most people explode. They don't. They pause. They wonder if that person's having a terrible day, just got bad news, or is barely holding it together. Because when you've survived your own storms, other people's rain hits differently. Here's what nobody really tells you about people who've been through too much. Their brain isn't broken. It's trained. Trained to survive chaos. Trained to read danger early. Trained to stay functional when everything feels unstable. They learned, very early on, that falling apart wasn't an option. And something strange happens when your nervous system grows up that way. You develop an immunity, not to pain, but to being destroyed by it. You'd think that kind of past would make someone bitter, cold, cynical, but often, it does the opposite. These people become intensely empathetic. Not performative empathy, the real kind. They notice the pause before you answer. The smile that doesn't quite reach your eyes. The shift in your energy when you say, "I'm fine." They don't just hear words. They read silence. They feel emotional temperature the way others feel weather changes. Most people walk into a room and see people. They walk in and sense the mood. And according to psychologist Richard Tedeschi, this isn't accidental. It's something called post-traumatic growth. Around half of people who endure deep hardship don't just recover. They expand. Their priorities sharpen. Small moments hit harder. A quiet morning, a good conversation, a peaceful sunset can bring them to tears, and they're not embarrassed by it. But there's another side nobody warns you about. Hypervigilance. Their threat detection system never fully shuts off. They like sitting near exits. They have backup plans for backup plans. They stay alert even when things are good. That's not paranoia. That's a nervous system that learns safety is never guaranteed. And here's the irony. They constantly minimize what they've been through. It wasn't that bad. Others had it worse. I'm fine. They've survived by convincing themselves they're okay. So admitting pain feels like failure. In relationships, this creates a strange contradiction. They are deeply loyal. They will show up at 3 a.m. without hesitation. But ask them to need something? To be vulnerable? Suddenly they disappear. Because closeness, in their history, came with consequences. Depending on others had a cost. So they learned strength through self-reliance. Which looks powerful, but can feel incredibly lonely. One thing they are exceptional at? Adaptation. New job, new city, life imploding on a Tuesday. They adjust. And the humor is dark. Not because they're insensitive, but because laughter takes power away from pain. Every joke is rebellion. Every laugh says, "You didn't win." They also have a complicated relationship with control. They'll stress over tiny details, but remain oddly calm about massive uncertainty. Because the big chaos already happened. The small stuff feels manageable. They're paradoxes. Strong but soft. Guarded but generous. Hopeful but realistic. But beneath all of this is something rarely acknowledged. Grief. Not for someone they lost, but for who they used to be. The version that trusted easily. That didn't scan rooms for danger. That laughed without checking reactions. They miss a self they barely remember. A softness they didn't get to keep. That grief doesn't break them. It shapes them. It makes them value peace. Choose safe people carefully. Protect quiet moments fiercely. And maybe that's the real psychology here. People who've been through too much don't just survive. They understand life in layers. They know strength isn't never breaking. It's rebuilding, even when the pieces don't fit the same way. Their pain became insight. Their survival became compassion. They didn't become lighthouses because life was gentle. They became lighthouses because they learned how to navigate darkness. So when you meet someone who's oddly calm in chaos, quick to laugh at pain, deep in ways they can't fully explain, just know they earned that wisdom. They went through too much. And somehow, they're still here. If this hit home, subscribe. And if you want to support these deep psychology breakdowns, hit the join button to become a channel member.